I never thought it would come to this. I was a woman of God, a shepherd to my flock, a voice for the voiceless. But even the most faithful can be broken. It happened during a prayer meeting, a gathering of pastors who were supposed to be my brothers in Christ. We were supposed to be united in spirit, in purpose. But that night, they showed me a side of humanity I never wanted to see. I remember the candles flickering, casting long, dancing shadows on the walls of the small chapel. The air was thick with the scent of incense, and the sound of murmured prayers filled the room like a low, haunting hum. I remember their hands, their voices, their laughter. Laughter that was supposed to be joyful, but felt cruel and mocking. They called it a test of faith, a purification. But it was nothing short of evil. I screamed, I begged, I prayed, but God was silent. And when it was over, they left me there, broken and bleeding on the altar. The same altar where I had once preached hope and redemption. I couldn't go back to my congregation. How could I stand before them, knowing what had been done to me? How could I preach about a God who had allowed this to happen? I was lost, adrift in a sea of pain and anger. I wandered the streets that night, my body trembling, my mind racing. I felt like a ghost, invisible to the world, yet haunted by what had happened. The city was quiet, the streets empty, as if even the world had turned its back on me. And that's when they found me. The cult was different. They didn't promise me forgiveness or healing. They promised me power. They told me I could reclaim what had been taken from me, that I could turn my pain into strength. At first, I resisted. I still believed in the God I had served, even if he had abandoned me. But the cult was patient. They showed me rituals, incantations, secrets that had been hidden from the world. They spoke of ancient deities, of forces that existed beyond the realm of the divine. They told me I could harness these forces, that I could use them to make the men who had hurt me pay for what they had done. And slowly I began to change. I gave myself to them, body and soul. I allowed them to mark me, to fill me with their darkness. They carved symbols into my skin, symbols that burned like fire but left no scars. They taught me to chant in languages I didn't understand, to call upon powers I couldn't see. And in return, they gave me what I craved most: vengeance. The pastors who had hurt me began to suffer. Strange things happened to them. Nightmares that left them screaming in the night, illnesses that no doctor could explain, accidents that seemed too coincidental to be chance. One of them was found wandering the streets, muttering incoherently about demons and judgment. Another was hospitalized after a mysterious fire broke out in his home. And then the call started. They begged for my forgiveness, their voices trembling with fear. They said they were sorry, that they didn't know what had come over them, that they were being punished for what they had done. But it was too late. The cult had already sealed their fate. Now I am something else. I am no longer the woman I was, the pastor who believed in love and mercy. I am a vessel for something darker, something ancient and hungry. The cult gave me their spiritual powers, and I use them to torment the men who destroyed me. They sleep with a demon now, a creature that feeds on their guilt and fear. I see it in my dreams, a shadowy figure with glowing eyes and a voice like thunder. It whispers to them in the night, reminding them of what they did, of what they took from me. And I watch, cold and unfeeling, as they are consumed. But there is a price for this power. The darkness is inside me, too. It whispers to me in the night, reminding me of what I've become. I am no longer a servant of God. I am a servant of something far older, far more dangerous. And yet I cannot stop. The pain is still there, buried deep inside me, and the only thing that quiets it is the sound of their screams. I see them in my dreams, their faces twisted in agony, their voices pleading for mercy. But there is no mercy for them, just as there was no mercy for me. They made their choice, and now they must live with the consequences. But I am not free either. The darkness is a part of me now, a shadow that follows me wherever I go. It feeds on my pain, my anger, my despair. And I know that one day it will consume me, too. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Maybe it's because I need someone to know the truth. Maybe it's because I want you to understand what happens when faith is shattered, when the light is extinguished. Or maybe it's because I want you to fear me, to see what I've become and know that there is no going back. This is my confession. I am no longer a pastor. I am no longer a victim. I am something else entirely. And if you ever cross me, you will learn the true meaning of fear.